Oh my god, it's cold out. Hey, what's up, guys? So, I just got this from Amazon today, and I was looking for something other that I could use for hands-free recording other than having a GoPro strapped to my forehead. So, I was talking with Moto Cheese, actually, and he's been using this, and he kind of talked me into trying it, so we are going to give it a whirl. Now, he's complaining of some audio issues, especially with concussive noises, like slamming your car door and that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see if I get the same results, or if he's got a defective one. So that's what it looks like there. There's your lens, and it attaches to here. Must go this way. We'll figure it out. Got a little remote. Charging cord, a wristband that the remote goes in that I'll never use, and mounting hardware, and of course your manual, cleaning cloth, and a storage bag. Alright, let's get it charged up and give this thing a whirl. Alright guys, well, this is the first test, the maiden voyage. You can see my incredibly messy workbench. I just built this because I want to be able to work on some stuff this winter, so it's kind of a mess down here. I'm not going to turn to my left because that end of the basement is atrocious, and I don't want to admit what it looks like. But over here I've got my XR200R, 1985, so I'm hoping to fix the engine in this over the winter. So that's kind of one of the big reasons I got this camera. So the big question is the audio. So I guess what I'm going to do, other than pick up while I'm here, is head outside. I'm just trying to make some noise and see how it reacts, you know. But I guess what I'm going to do is head outside and get in the Jeep and see if when I slam the door, I get that sort of clipping sound. That's what Moto Cheese is having issues with. He gets in his mini truck especially and shuts the door, and it causes some problems. So let's head outside and see how that works. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to come back down here, so let's turn the light out. Alright, let's have a look. Whew, it's cold out. Yeah, it's already snowing here in New Hampshire. It's kind of dark out too, so I'll be curious to see how stuff shows up. So, here we go. Here's the big sound test. I'm just going to shut it normal. And then, I think he had success doing it with the window down. And it didn't do it because it's an air thing, it's concussive. So, be interesting. I'm going to head in, pop this in the computer, and see how the sound is. And then it's already dark out, but I wanted to see how this does in the daylight outside also. So I will continue this video tomorrow when there's some daylight.
The next day.
Well, it's daylight, so let's see how this shows up. No mail yet. Let's, I tried the Jeep. Let's see how so it does crackle. You guys heard it already on the video because I put it ahead of this, but, I was just talking while I did that. So I'm obviously getting the same popping issue as Cheesy was. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not a big deal. I mean, not for me and not for what I want the camera for. So let's go walk around. Hop in the Jeep one more time. Yeah, the Jeep door is definitely louder. Well, it is what it is. So also I did also confirm that the audio levels are lower. I'm gonna go back in and do an A/B test real quick, and so hopefully I'll have that in the video here. But yeah, I did have to boost the levels. I checked it out in my video editor, so like I'll confirm here in a minute. But like 6 decibels seems to put it right about, for me, right about the same levels. I'm a pretty loud talker. I know Cheese said he was doing like 8 to 12 decibels, which is kind of a lot. It's almost double what I had to do. So, but all in all, so far I'm liking it. But let's go in. I'm going to take a look at this and listen and do my final thoughts on it. And also I'll give you guys a quick rundown on some bullet points on the camera. I definitely think I already think it's worth what I paid for it. and it's going to work well for what I'm going to do. So anyways, let's head back in.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Alright guys, so I'm back in the house. I took a look at the video from outside, and yeah, definitely getting that overdrive clipping sort of sound, both with the truck and the Jeep. So I think it's just something that you have to live with those types of noises. Luckily for the types of videos I'm going to be doing, that's probably not going to be an issue. I was banging some stuff on the workbench last night and it didn't cause it. So other than doors shutting, and actually I shut my front door, of course I was headed outside, that didn't bother it. So, you know, you're in a vehicle, it's a small space, so there's a lot of air movement. So yeah, anyways, if that's the worst thing with this camera, then I'm not even concerned about it. I mean, you pick this thing up for like around $200 depending on what accessories you get with it. So anyways, so this is how it fits on your head. As you just saw in the clip that I recorded outside, you could see my nose, especially when I turned my head right real fast. So you can bend this. It's got a little metal mount. You can bend it kind of in or out or whatever. You can also rotate the camera up and down. But also the headband moves in and out right here. So if you've got it back, or if you don't have it, you know, pushed forward on your head, it moves the plane of view back, and that's probably why it was catching my nose and didn't last night. I probably had it situated a little bit different. So anyways, I'm going to actually boot this camera, or start this camera, and it plays an audible sound that you can hear, so I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. I got a little closer to the camera here. So it's plenty loud in my ear because the speaker's on the inside of the camera, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. So I wanted to do kind of this little thing here where I've got my Panasonic Lumix with a Leica lens. I really like that camera, but I typically just use it for still shots. I take it with me when I, you know, go out for a ride or whatever and want to take pictures of scenery, if I see some deer or whatever. But I'm using it to record video right now, and I have a few times. It works pretty good. But it's not something I want to shoot video with all the time. And I didn't want to use a GoPro because of the super wide, what is it, like 120 degrees. This camera, so it's 90 degrees. I know some other cameras like this only do 70, which makes movement really kind of sickening almost. The 90 degree is reasonable, especially if you can learn not to snap your head around left and right and up and down and all over the place. So anyway, all that being said, I'm really happy with this camera, especially for the price. The sound issues aren't a big deal for me, for my uses. I could see if you're doing a lot of things, you know, if you're in and out of cars and that's kind of what your deal is. Maybe you review cars all day long and that's what you're doing on YouTube or what you're doing for your personal use or whatever. Yeah, that's going to probably be irritating. You're shutting doors all the time and stuff. But I think for me it's going to be totally fine. The sound level is a little bit low, and that's the other reason why I'm doing both cameras here. So I'm about 3 feet from my Panasonic, and I talk pretty loud, but I'm going to cut in a piece of this video with that video, and I'll use the same clip, and I won't boost the volume on the Ordro. I'm going to cut in a piece of this video with that video, and I'll use the same clip. And I won't boost the volume on the Ordro. So again, that's not a big deal for me. I use Power Director, and it's super easy to just boost the level a little bit. I'm not boosting it so much that I'm picking up all kinds of noises. Anyway, yeah, so a couple of bullet points on this. So on the Ordro is it's 4K. I'm shooting in 1080p. I'm shooting at 30 frames per second. I don't need anything faster than that. It will do 60 though, so if you want to shoot some action with it, ride a bike or something like that, it'll do it. I'm really happy with the video quality. Like I said, it'll do 4K. I just don't need it. I can get more storage space and more runtime out of it. I think I haven't ran it for 2 hours yet, but I know other people are getting 2 hours out of the battery, which is awesome. It's IP65 waterproof, so if you're outside with it and it starts raining, you don't have to worry about it. I wouldn't throw it in a pool, but you know, if you get it a little wet, you know, it's going to be fine. Yeah, and the app is really good. I have a this is my cell phone. It's a LG Q70, and it allows me to see what the camera is seeing. I can even start and stop the camera. It's got some other features too, but that's really all I care about, is being able to point the camera. because, you know, that's how am I going to know what it looks like without like taking it off and on a bunch of times and reviewing the footage. So anyway, I definitely like the camera. It's worth the money. I'm glad that I had it suggested by Moto Cheese, and I know that I'm mentioning him a lot in this video, but he is a friend of mine, and I really do think you should go check out his review video also. And I wouldn't have bought this camera without his recommendation. So he's tried out a whole bunch of video glasses, and for video quality, seems like he's really happy with this. It's relatively unobtrusive. I don't mind wearing it outside my house, you know, around the yard and stuff. I didn't like even working on my porch, working on the Hawk with the GoPro strapped to my head. You know, I felt like a big dork.
Nerd alert!
You know, I didn't want people to walk by and what the hell's that guy doing? I know people don't care, but, you know, you feel weird, right? So this is much better. I wouldn't want to walk in a store or go cruise Main Street, you know, through the crowds with it or whatever. That's what you want the little glasses for. Anyways, that being said, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you found this review useful. If you did, or even if you didn't, or especially if you didn't, go check out the other reviews that I've got linked down below from Moto Cheese. He's been using his Ordro for a few weeks now, I think, so he's got a few videos up on it. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and hoping to get back on some dirt bike projects here soon. So I got more of that stuff coming, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.